The Kingdom of My Divine Will in the Midst of Creatures. Book of Heaven, Volume 35, Part 3. September 20th, 1937. How the Divine Will never stops, and seals with its eternal love all the works of the creature. Exchange of imitation and of life between the Creator and the creature. My flight continues in the divine Fiat, and oh, how happy it shows itself in keeping its creature on its lap, remaining always together and operating together. The company of the creature makes it even more happy than it is, because it finds in her one who looks at it, who loves it, and would want to match it in being all its own, in the same way as the divine volition is of the creature. If it loves, it finds one who loves it. If it works, it finds one who receives its works. If it is offended, it finds one who defends it, and many times makes it turn its justice into graces. Therefore, it uses all its stratagems of love with her. But while my mind was wandering in the divine volition, my sweet Jesus, visiting my little soul, all love, told me, "My blessed daughter, the love of my will never stops. It is always looking for new devices, new inventions of love, even to the extent of enclosing the one who lives in it inside the intimate hiding places of its loving secrets. And it shows to her its intimate creation of ever new and increasing love, in which it keeps the blessed and the pilgrim souls as though within one single breath of love. It reveals to her new, arcane, and celestial secrets of our divinity, giving her unheard of news on where its loving power can reach, as well as its prodigies for one who lives in it. As long as it finds her in its will, it takes delight in telling her ever new things, and in giving her new surprises of love. Even more, listen to what it does. It makes itself small within her, while remaining immense. And it loves and says, "Ah, the creature loves me the way I love her." And since nothing other than love can enter into us, this will of mine, as though shrunk inside the creature, turns everything she does into love. If she prays, adores, or works, it melts everything into love. And with a power fully divine, my same will leads these acts of the creature into the bosom of our divinity, and they take their place inside our love. We look at these acts as our acts, and we feel in them the eternal prayer of our love, our adoration, all of love, our eternal works of love. And oh, how we remain glorified and delighted, because the creature can say to us, "My prayer, my adoration, and my acts are eternal. They are invested with your eternal love. They have been made so by your divine will. Therefore I love you as you love me. This is precisely our folly, our delirium of love. We want to operate and love within the creature as we operate and love within ourselves. But only our will reigning and operating within her can reach such an extent. In fact, if we lower ourselves, it is not to lose our divine being within the finite, but rather it is to elevate the creature to infinity, and to give her of our own, sealing her littlest acts, even her breathing and her motion, with our eternal love, so that we can feel in her our breath of eternal love, and our own motion, which does not move, without unleashing love within hers. Therefore, the whole of creation was nothing other than an outpouring of love. We wanted to associate with our works and with the creatures whom we delivered to daylight, so that we might love each other with one single love. My daughter, what suffering in not having been understood by the creatures! Because of this, we cannot receive the good of telling them who we are, of making ourselves known, how we are nothing other than love, and we want to give love in order to receive love. How I wish that everybody knew this. Then Jesus remained silent, as though drowned inside his flames of love. Afterwards, as if he felt the need to pour out more, as though wanting to set the whole world afire with his love, sighing, he added, "Listen, my daughter, to another greater surprise of our intense love, and to the extent of our delirium of love. Our Supreme Being loves the creatures so much that we even reach the excess of imitating her. We make ourselves small. We enclose ourselves within her, and we want to walk with her feet, work with her hands, speak with her mouth, look with her eyes, think with her intelligence, palpitate and love within her heart. So, in order to do everything she does, and the way she does it, we want to have feet, hands, mouth, eyes, and heart, like the creature has them. And we ask this of her, as if we were not the absolute masters, saying to her, "Let us love each other. We give you of ourselves, and you give us of yours." In fact, since our Supreme Being is most pure spirit, it is step without feet. Without walking, it is present everywhere. It does everything. It operates everything without needing hands. It is word without mouth. It is the light, and can see all without eyes. But since we love her so very much, we like to imitate her. And this is an immense device of our love, which only a God can do. In order to be able to say to the creature, "You must imitate us. You must do it as we do," we say to her, "We want to imitate you, and do it as you do." After all, she is our creature, the work of our creative hands. She came out of us. from within the power of our creative love. Therefore, it is no wonder that we want to descend within her, almost to imitate her and do what she does, and the way she does it. This is nothing other than giving honor to ourselves and greater importance to our works. But we can do this in the creature in whom our will reigns. In her we can do anything. Pour out our love, imitate each other, because she is completely disposed to doing whatever we want. On the other hand, there, where our will does not reign, we can say, we can do nothing. Now listen to another surprise of love that seems incredible. Once the creature has given us the freedom to imitate her, giving us life within herself, giving us her feet, hands, and mouth, we call her to the imitation of us, and letting her enter into our divine being, the power of our Fiat gives her its step without feet, letting her be present everywhere, in the angels, in the saints, in the celestial queen, and even inside our divine womb. Oh, how happy we are! She is no longer encircled by the human nature, but free, together with us, operating without hands, speaking without a mouth, and oh, how many words! With our words she tells us the long story of our love and of our operating Fiat. She feels our eternal wisdom being poured into herself. And oh, how many things she tells us about our divine being. She speaks, and always speaks. And oh, how we delight in hearing the creature narrating to us what we are. So much so that, taken by our own flames of love, she feels the need to love us without a heart, because the heart has its limits, while our love without heart has no limits. It is immense. And so the creature gets rid of the heart and loves within our infinite love. See, my daughter, could it ever be possible to give surprises of love more beautiful than these? To feel the pleasure, the taste of imitating her, doing whatever she does as a pretext of love, in order to call her to imitate us and make her do what we do. The abysses of our love are so many, and what's more, it keeps searching for ever new devices of love. I cannot say what I felt inside my mind. Immensity of light, which, converting into words, spoke of so many devices of love of my Creator. And my sweet Jesus added, "My daughter, keep listening to me. Our love is such that it seems it gives us no peace, if we do not make new inventions of love, in order to love and be loved. If we did not do so, we would condemn ourselves to idleness, which cannot be in our Supreme Being, because we are a continuous act of ever-burning love and of never-ending works. Our wisdom is such that it always does new things. Now, wherever our will reigns, we enclose ourselves inside that creature, and we pour out our love with abundance. We centralize everything we have done, all that we do, and will do, repeating in the soul our most beautiful works, the outpouring of our love, the new inventions of our wisdom, which knows how to do so many of them that the creature cannot count them. Oh, how many touching scenes we perform! She becomes our theater of love, the deposit of our works that never cease to operate, the refuge for our delights, joys, and happiness, the hiding place for our celestial and arcane secrets, the display of our varied beauties. But do you know why? To enjoy them together, because wherever our will reigns, nothing must be missing of our works. Our will encircles us within the soul, and makes us do in her what we do within ourselves. And this, because we want her to know who we are, what we can do, how we love. And to give her a more certain proof, we give her our love. We let her love as we love, so that she may find out for herself how a God loves and knows how to love. And in order to delight with her, we let her do together with us what we ourselves do. Do not be surprised. This is the nature of our will and of true love, to unify the creature with us, to love her and make her love us as we do. Disparities must not exist. Otherwise it would make the creature unhappy to see that we love her so much, and she doesn't, that we know how to do many things, while she can do nothing. Poor child, she would be there in our divine being under the weight of a profound humiliation, like a stranger without trust, like a poor one before a rich man. We just cannot do this type of thing. If she is with us, then whatever is ours must be hers too. The living in our Fiat is unity, common works and joys. And this is what makes us more happy, and gives us a large field for the outpouring of our love. Fiat. September 26, 1937. How God always gives to the creature without ever ceasing. Gifts he gives to one who lives in his will. The palpitating life of God. The little winner. My flight in the divine will continues, and I remain stupefied in seeing how it always wants to give. And since I am small, nor can I enclose its immensity within me, with invincible patience and love, it waits for me to enclose within myself the truths it has spoken to me, accompanied by its graces, so that I may take possession of them. And as soon as it sees that I possess them, immediately it places itself in the attitude of wanting to give me and tell me even more surprising things. Will of God, how much you love me! How can I ever repay you? Then my lovable Jesus, coming for his usual short little visit, all goodness, told me, "Blessed daughter, it is our divinity that possesses, by nature, the desire to always give. Just as you have a breath that constantly wants to breathe, even if you didn't want to, so do we possess the continuous act of always giving. And even if the creature, ungrateful, does not take what we give, it remains around us to sing the praises of the perfection, the goodness, the sanctity, and the generosity of our Supreme Being as the triumph of our love, and of how much we love the creature, waiting with a patience that only we can have for the creatures who would take what others have rejected from us. And our love is such that we adapt ourselves to them, giving little by little, because, being small, the creature cannot take all at once what we want to give her. But our giving must be continuous. We would feel as though faint, our breath being suffocated, if we did not give. Our divine will wants to be the life of the creature, the greatest act, the most exuberant love, which only a God can do and knows how to do. Now, in order to be possessed by her, our will gives her the gift of its praying virtue, and it takes the lead in order to confirm the gift, making all created things pray. It imposes itself on our love, power, and goodness, and makes our love, power, and goodness pray. All our attributes pray, even our justice, mercy, and fortitude turn into prayer. No one can be missing. Whenever our will wants us to do an act or give a gift, everyone and everything bend their knees to do what it wants. And when all have prayed, even our very divine attributes, we confirm the gift. The prayer of this creature becomes universal, and each time she prays, she has such power that all our things pray, even our attributes, because in that gift she has received the right over all. What cannot be obtained with this gift of prayer? It can be said that the heavens move, and that our very being feels enthralled and bound, and it surrenders. After the gift of prayer, I move on to give her the gift of love, and in order to be confirmed in love, she loves with new love in the sun, in the sky, in the wind, and even in our divine being, so as to acquire the right to love all, and to be loved by all, with a new continuous love. Oh, if you knew what it means to be loved by all, with an ever-growing love, and to have the power to love all with growing and new love, to be able to say to your Creator, "Growing and ever new is your love for me. Growing and ever new is my love for you." This love surpasses the heavens. It fills the celestial fatherland, and its waves come to unload themselves into our divine bosom. And oh, the marvels that take place! All remain astounded, and glorify my divine volition, for such a great gift it gives to the creature. Now, as we give her this gift, we enlarge her capacity, so that she may comprehend the gift she has received, and make use of it. Then we move on to give her the gift of inseparability, of union with God, which is such that she reaches the point of feeling our life more than her own. God becomes for her the actor and spectator, and she remains as the bearer of her Creator, living with his very life, with his love and power. With this gift, everything becomes her own. She has the right over all. And when we see that she possesses it, we add the gift of making her triumphant over all, triumphant over herself, triumphant over God. All is triumph in her, triumph of grace, of sanctity, and of love. And we call her our winner. We let her win everything, because that is our gift for her. And when we give, we want to see the fruits that our gift contains. Therefore, for each act she does in our will, each word, work, and step, many distinct harmonies are formed between she and us, one more beautiful than the other. She keeps us constantly busy, and our love is so great that on the outside we surround her with all our works, while in her interior we invest her and repeat all our acts that have been bearers of life. Hence, the life of the Queen, and the life of the Word upon earth, which was a continuous excess of love that gave new life to all. So, we always give. We are never exhausted. The soul who lives in our will is the full day of our continuous works, and our life that palpitates and repeats our acts, which are always in act, without ever ceasing. Therefore, she is our triumph, and our little winner. And this is our delirium of love. We want to be conquered by the creature. When she wins, our love is unleashed, and our yearning and delirium find life in the creature, and they rest. Fiat. You have reached the end of the Book of Heaven, Volume 35, Part 3. Fiat.